Yankees Entertainment and Sports Network.
It's a beautiful day for baseball here in Baltimore. In fact, it's good enough for 2 games. And the fans coming to Camden Yards this afternoon, well, they have twice as much fun as the YES Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It'll be the Yankees against the Baltimore Orioles in the first of 2 from Camden Yards here in Baltimore, Maryland. Hi, everybody. Ken Singleton along with John Flaherty. Yes, this is a doubleheader. One of these games is a makeup game as the Yankees will take on the Orioles. Now, the Yankees road trip got off to a good start. They won 2 out of 3 in Toronto in flash. Yesterday, they won the 3rd game of the series to win that series, and they did it without a home run.
You know what, Kenny, this team is built around hitting the long ball, and that's what they do. But yesterday, they were able to manufacture a run in the 10th inning. Greg Bird gets hit. Aaron Boone starts managing. Austin Romine, the sacrifice bunt. Tyler Wade was the pinch runner. He's now at second base in scoring position. And Brett Gardner, who had a great weekend in Toronto with the big hit going the other way. Tyler Wade with a great slide, and the Yankees pick up another series.
Well, they won that ball game by a score of 2-1. Let's check out our pitching matchup for this afternoon, brought to you by People's United Bank. Jimmy Yacobonis will make his 3rd major league start. Young man from New Jersey, and he'll be in there against CC Sabathia, who's made many starts and looking for his 7th win of the year. And Flash, he's been pitching well lately.
Yeah, if you look at the numbers, obviously very impressive. The 6 wins, the ERA just over 3, but over the last 6, the ERA just over 2. And I guess really the greatest compliment you can give to Sabathia, every time he takes the ball, you really know what you're going to get. A quality performance, the good cutter, the great location with the changeup, able to throw the fastball in on the righties just enough. Sabathia having an amazing year.
Well, yesterday the All-Stars were announced, and the Yankees will be well represented at the All-Star game. 4 players made it. Aaron Judge, 2 straight years now. Gleyber Torres in his rookie year makes the All-Star team. Luis Severino has a chance to start for the American League. And Orioles champion, he might be closing the game. And one more note, Giancarlo Stanton has a chance to make the team if he gets enough votes in the fan voting. Meredith will have more on the All-Stars during the course of the ball game. Well, sit back, relax. It's going to be a long day of baseball. This is just the first of 2 from Camden Yards. Yankees and Orioles coming up next right here on YES. Powered by People's United Bank. Checking without curveballs. Member FDIC. And by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Here's a look at the Inner Harbor, just a few blocks from Camden Yards, where we are this afternoon as the Yankees take on the Orioles. First game of a doubleheader, first game of a 4-game series over the next 3 days. As the Yankees will take a look at their starting lineup, made out by Aaron Boone. Aaron Hicks is going to lead it off. He's back in the lineup in center field. Aaron Judge will bat second. Didi Gregorius batting third. Giancarlo Stanton will clean up. He'll be the DH. Clint Frazier will be in left field. Neil Walker will be at first base in the first game today. Brandon Drury will be at third. Kyle Higashioka will be doing the catching. And Tyler Wade is in there batting ninth and playing second base.
Well, that lineup for game 1 of the doubleheader going to face Jimmy Yacobonis, getting in his warm-up tosses. And you see the numbers on the year for him. He has appeared in 3 games, had 1 start actually against the New York Yankees. The ERA well over 8. Basically a fastball slider, very occasional changeup pitcher.
Let's take a look at the Orioles defense presented by Geico. Let's go left to right in the outfield. Joey Rickard, Adam Jones, and Danny Valencia. In the infield from third to first will be Tim Beckham, Manny Machado, Jonathan Scope, and Trey Mancini at first. Caleb Joseph doing the catching for Jimmy Yacobonis this afternoon. Aaron Hicks approaching home plate, will be underway in just a second here. And I gotta say, I mean, the humidity is held off here. Usually this time of year it's going to be hot and steamy here in Baltimore, but the humidity is down. It's just about perfect. Aaron Hicks steps in. 259, 16 home runs. That's a career high, and 42 runs batted in. Yacobonis will deal the first pitch of the game, and it is a little bit high for ball 1. Yacobonis has spent most of the time in the minor leagues, and this year there was a transformation for the 26-year-old right-hander. He had been exclusively a relief pitcher until this year. He's been making starts down at the AAA level. AAA Norfolk. The next pitch swung on, hit on the ground to first. Davis has it. Yacobonis covering, and there's one down. So Hicks is retired, and it'll bring up Aaron Judge. The Orioles, of course, are looking for pitching. Their team ERA is not all that great. A lot of things not going well for the Orioles at this point.
Yeah, when you research them online before you come to do a game, there aren't too many impressive numbers, Kenny. The batting averages are down, runs are down, pitching's not great. Manager Buck Showalter, it's been a long first half.
Here's Aaron Judge, and he swings at the first pitch, hits it in the air to center field. Almost directly at Adam Jones, who puts it away for out number 2. So Yacobonis, born in Elizabeth, New Jersey, lives now in Matawan, New Jersey. Went to St. Joseph's University.
In Philadelphia?
Yeah. Orioles a 13th round pick in 2013. Here's Didi batting third in the first game of this doubleheader.
You know, Kenny, you mentioned Yacobonis was a relief pitcher. Now he's starting, and you watch him out on the mound. He starts his delivery from that set location. So obviously making that transformation from reliever to starter.
Didi taking all the way, and that is in there for a call strike. Home plate umpire is John Tumpane. Sean Barber at first, Shane Livensparger at second, and Jim Reynolds making the calls around at third. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Didi slices it foul, and he's quickly in the hole. No balls and 2 strikes.
You got to like Yacobonis here in the first inning. Kind of has that reliever's mentality, coming right at the Yankees, getting ahead in the count with his fastball, which is a pretty good one, 94, 95 miles an hour.
Didi 2 for 12 in Toronto. Outside for a ball. The Yankees winning 2 out of 3 north of the border the hard way. They lost the first game, came back and won the next 2. And they have won 19 of their last 23 series. 1-2 pitch is laced foul. And that gentleman scurrying for a souvenir. Didi is 10 for his last 46. But one thing he has done this year that no other Yankee shortstop has ever done: 3 multi-home run games. The 1-2 pitch, and that misses the inside corner. 2-2. 96 miles an hour. Now, even in college, Yacobonis was a reliever. He was a closer. The 2-2, low, ball 3, 3-2. So he's not used to being on the mound just after the anthem's played.
I see Giancarlo Stanton waiting on deck, and a good at bat from Didi Gregorius. Quickly behind in the count, 0-2, has worked it back to full.
No shift on with Didi at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's hit foul down the first base side.
If you look at Yacobonis and his starts in the minor leagues and the pitch count, I mean, he's usually somewhere around 70 to 75. So not going real deep in ball games. Obviously, the first game of a doubleheader, Buck Showalter would like him to get a little deeper into this game. Bullpens will be a factor.
Pitch is popped up into left field. Coming on is Joey Rickard. He should put it away. He does, and that's it. The Yankees go in order here in the top of the first against Yacobonis. We come back. CC Sabathia will take the hill. Buck Showalter. Tim Beckham will lead it off. He's in third. Adam Jones will be in center. Manny Machado having a great year. All-star shortstop for the American League. He'll bat third. Mark Trumbo, the DH, will clean up. Jonathan Scope will be at second base, followed by Danny Valencia in right. Joey Rickard will be in left field. Trey Mancini at first, and catching will be Caleb Joseph. He's batting ninth.
Well, that lineup's going to face CC Sabathia, just finishing up his warm-up tosses and having a very solid season. As we look at his numbers, 6 wins, the ERA just over 3 for Sabathia, and coming off back-to-back wins. 7 innings against the Boston Red Sox, and last time out 6 innings against the Atlanta Braves.
CC also looking for his 20th career win against the Baltimore Orioles. He's 19-10 against them. And if he beats them today and picks up that 20th win, that'll mean he will have 4 teams that he's beaten at least 20 times. That's the most of any active pitcher. He's beaten the Tigers 21 times, Kansas City 21 times, and Minnesota 20 times. Here's Beckham to lead it off for the Orioles. And Sabathia's first pitch is over the outside corner for a call strike. Beckham, start of the season, was out for a while on the DL with a groin strain. He's played 12 games since coming back. That one's a little high, and it's a ball and a strike. He's hit well against left-handers this year in a limited number of at-bats. 333, 9 for 27. There's a good look at the warehouse beyond the Utah Street right field. Ball's hit on the ground, foul just past Drury. Beckham this year kind of learning a new position. He had been the shortstop when he was traded here last year from Tampa Bay. But this year, the Orioles shifted Manny Machado to shortstop, and Beckham had to move over to third. CC deals, and the pitch is pulled foul once again, 1-2.
Kenny, you were mentioning the amount of wins Sabathia has against Baltimore in his career, and then really to win that many games, you have to be able to navigate through a lineup. And the numbers jump out at you. I mean, Manny Machado, great numbers against Sabathia. Adam Jones, not as good, but not as great, but really good. So, going to be careful with those two guys and attack everybody else.
Next pitch just misses, and it's 2-2. Yeah, Buck Showalter has loaded up his lineup with all right-handed hitters facing CC this afternoon.
A good changeup just missed off the plate as Adam Jones waiting on deck.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. CC picks up a strikeout. Let's check out the defense presented by Geico. The Yankee defense will have Frazier in left, Hicks in center, Judge in right, Drury at third, Gregorius at short, Wade at second, Walker at first, and Higashioka doing the catching for CC Sabathia. So one down, and you mentioned Adam Jones, who's coming up here. He's hit 5 home runs against CC. Of course, CC has faced the Orioles quite a bit, same division rival. Jones having a decent year, maybe not as good as some of the ones in the past. He takes a breaking ball, maybe outside for a ball.
Yeah, that's going to be a pitch you're going to question right there. John Tumpane behind the plate. Pretty good breaking ball in the outside half. Sabathia does not get the call. That first inning, you're always trying to feel out an umpire, see where a strike zone is at.
Next pitch, and that's a little low. 2 balls and no strikes.
These were the numbers, just under 300 with the 5 home runs that Kenny talked about, 15 RBIs. 81 at bats against Sabathia.
Here's a call strike, and it's 2-1. Adam Jones trying to get pointers from Aaron Hicks on the golf game because, as we all know, Hicks is one of the better golfers in baseball. Next pitch, check swing foul, and it's 2-2.
Yeah, but does that tell you everything you need to know about Baltimore? And there, it's July 9th, and you're already talking about your golf swing?
Usually that's coming around in September. You're starting to think about it, yeah. Well, you got the All-Star break coming up.
Ah, that's a very good point. And you know what? You're right, Aaron Hicks. I should go to him for some hints with my swing.
We all should. I was talking to him about it today. Next pitch is popped up near home plate, but it's coming down the line. It's going to be Neil Walker who makes the play for out number 2. It looked as though Higashioka would have a play. So there's 2 up and 2 down. And that foul ball is kind of the signature of CC Sabathia. He's not the blazer that he used to be, but he leads the league in soft contact. In other words, he'll let you hit the ball, but he doesn't want you to hit it hard.
Yeah, I was thinking about Higashioka behind the plate and another look at that fastball, little cut maybe in on the hands of Jones. But he's such a fun pitcher, Sabathia is now, for a catcher to catch because you have to think along with him a little bit. Cutters in, changeups away, breaking balls, staying away from the middle of the plate.
Here's Manny Machado, American League's all-star shortstop. And the first pitch is inside for a ball. It's exit velo. 84.3. Chris Sale is next. They hit it. They don't hit it hard. There's a pitch a little bit low for ball, 2-0. As you said, Flash, Manny does have great numbers.
Great numbers.
Just fantastic. He's having a good year. He's working on a 4-game hitting streak right now. He has been the Orioles season. And he might not be here long. Next pitch is fouled off. There are trade rumors swirling around Manny Machado. The rumor is that 7 teams are interested in his services, and the Orioles are trying to get the best deal. A lot of scouts on hand. Watching a lot of players, but there's Buck Showalter coming out, and I don't know what this is about. He's talking to John Tumpane, something about the batter's box, or And Tumpane has the mask off, and they're both approaching the home plate area. Is something wrong with home plate or the batter's box? Maybe it's not lined up properly. Does it look a little off to you, Flash?
Yeah, it looks pretty good to me.
Yeah,
I mean, Buck, you have some greater problems than where the batter's box is lined up this year.
2 balls and a strike on Manny. We'll get into some of those problems a little bit later. Here's a 2-1 pitch, and Manny pops it up towards right field. Aaron Judge over towards the line, and he will make the catch, and the Orioles go quietly here in the bottom of the first. At the end of 1, no score here in Baltimore.
Four p.m. and Giancarlo Stanton is in the running. Make your final vote selection for Stanton at yankees.com/vote and catch all the excitement of the 89th Major League Baseball All-Star Game presented by MasterCard July 17th live on Fox and ESPN Radio. Now, Giancarlo Stanton will lead off here, and I spoke to him yesterday about being one of those final vote guys, and he said it's pretty cool. He's hoping the fans vote for him, but it's particularly meaningful for him because of the way he started the season. It was a little bit of a rough patch early on with him and the fans in New York, but he's certainly come on strong as of late. 21 homers, 51 RBIs. He's excited in the event that he would get to go, and I asked his teammate Aaron Judge, why do you think people should vote for Giancarlo Stanton? He simply looked at me and said, how much time do you have? I have a ton of reasons. I don't know that we'll be able to get them all in tonight.
Yeah, this is kind of hard to figure out. I mean, usually this is taken care of before the ball game. I guess it has nothing to do with the lining of the batter's boxes. It's just maybe the consistency of the dirt around home plate. They're watering it down. Flash.
I'm confused.
Yeah. We'll have to get an explanation later as to why all of a sudden the grounds crew is out here working on the home plate area. Now the Orioles are coming off a road trip. In fact, it wasn't a good one. They lost all 6 games on the road trip. They got swept by Minnesota. 4-game series. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at Manny Machado's at bat. Yep, he lost his footing fouling a ball off. And so I guess this particular swing by Manny, and in the past we saw Manny injured here on a swing years ago, and it ended his season. He had to have knee surgery. So they're going to, and they're taking care of Manny, that's for sure, and I guess everybody else as well. As Giancarlo Stanton will dig in, I guess he's going to have better footing. And we're ready to go with the top half of the 2nd inning. Yacobonis deals and Stanton takes it. It's in there for a call strike. Stanton, 41 road games this year, hitting .311 on the road. Not quite as well at Yankee Stadium. That's high and inside, a ball and a strike. And he leads the league with 10 home runs against lefties. That might have to wait till later on in the ball game to face a left-handed pitcher. Next pitch, that's outside, 2-1. Yacobonis showing off his fastball, 3 straight to Giancarlo Stanton.
You know what, Kenny, though, Stanton has changed his season by improving against right-handers. And when you watch how he's set up now, he's not even close to where he was at the beginning of the year. He was so closed. Probably tough to pick up the baseball.
This ball is drilled to left field. Way back goes Rickard. This one is gone. A home run for Giancarlo Stanton. And the Yankees have taken a 1-0 lead. Well, that'll give him some all-star votes. Home run number 22 on the season for Stanton.
Well, when you watch him face right-handed pitching now, not nearly as closed off as he was early in the year. I know he doesn't acknowledge that after games, but when you look at it, the video doesn't lie. The hands working so much better against righties, picking the ball up out of the hand a little bit earlier. 22nd home run of the year.
Pitch to Frazier is high for ball 1. Here's a good look. Yankees now with 17 home runs in their last 8 games. Breaking ball is in there to Frazier for a strike. Watch Yacobonis after this is hit. Oh no. Not getting that one back. 1-1 pitch to Frazier. That is a little outside for a ball. That is the Yankees' 148th home run on the year. They lead the major leagues in that category. Two. Well, they fixed the batter's box. Stanton got a good, I guess he had a good toe hold. And he hit that pitch like he called for it himself. The 2-2 to Frazier. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Yacobonis picks up his first strikeout of the afternoon.
Well, Clint Frazier had a start in Toronto yesterday. 0 for 3, couple of strikeouts. Now getting an opportunity against the righty.
That'll bring up Neil Walker. Walker is 2 for his last 10. And with the injury to Gleyber Torres, Walker might get some more playing time as we round out the schedule to the All-Star break. This pitch is hit high in the air to center field, chasing Adam Jones back towards the warning track, and he'll make the catch for the out. That's the furthest part of the ballpark, not quite straightaway center field. There's a 410 sign up at that little notch in center field, and that's out number 2. That ball is well hit. Let's take a look at the Stanton's home run on StatCast, powered by AWS. Exit velocity 98.1 and 377 feet for his 22nd home run of the year.
I mean, that exit velocity for him is disappointing. Anything under 100, right?
Yeah, that's not going to be a 300-yard drive on a golf course for him. Just missed it. That's what I didn't really hit it that well. 2 outs, nobody on. Brandon Drury, playing third base in this first game, will step in. Drury 2 for 9 on this road trip, and he'll take a pitch for a call strike, and it's 0-2. If you're just joining us, Giancarlo Stanton with a leadoff home run here in the second inning gives the Yankees a 1-0 lead. The 0-2 pitch is just off the corner. Ball and 2 strikes.
Early indications, John Tumpane behind the plate is going to be a hitter's umpire. Very, very tight strike zone. A couple of pitches from Sabathia, a couple of pitches from Yacobonis. Those two guys getting a good look at it in the Yankee dugout.
Way outside, 2-2. Well, Judge, 6 home runs his last 11 games. And Flash, you mentioned how Stanton's starting to come on. It was about this time last year that Stanton took off. I think after July 1st last year, he hit 38 home runs. 38 home runs after July 1st. The 2-2 pitch. Outside again. Count is full at 3-2. On deck, Kyle Higashioka. Payoff pitch on the way to Drury. Here it is. It's a ground ball towards second for Scope. He has it, throws on to first, and that'll do it. But the Yankees pick up a run. This is number 22. You have the feeling there's more to come. Yankees lead 1-0 on the Stanton home run here in Baltimore. Brought to you by Toyota. The Camry Hybrid is the official hybrid vehicle of the New York Yankees. Here's how the conversation goes. Excluding Yankees, which player not selected to the All-Star game would you like to see and why? Blake Snell for sure, because he plays in Tampa. He doesn't get the same media attention as Severino or Sale, but he's had a fantastic first half and was a candidate to start in my mind. Follow Yes Network and tweet us your responses using hashtag Yankees Camry Hybrid to keep the conversation going. Sabathia's first pitch to Mark Trumbo leading off is a little bit low for a ball. I got to agree with Blake Snell.
I mean, I
didn't believe he didn't make the team.
I mean, he's one of those guys that you just like are an automatic lock. He's in there, right? I mean, the numbers are ridiculous how good they are.
He leads the league in earned run average. He's got 12 wins. He's up there in strikeouts, and they're only hitting $183 against him. I have a feeling he's going to make the team one way or another. Trumbo bounces one foul, and it's a ball and a strike. You know, sometimes a pitcher will pitch on Sunday. He's not eligible for the All-Star game. And I would hope that Blake Snell will be the first guy called. You know, come to D.C. It's a nice city this time of year. 1-1 count on Trumbo, who's been heating up of late. 8 home runs his last 19 games. Sabathia deals. It's inside for ball. Trumbo got off to a slow start this year. Was injured. Quad strain. Came back May the 1st. And just now, as he began to really swing the bat like Trumbo can. Pitch is fouled off, and the count is 2-2.
Dylan Betances.
Yeah. I mean, who wants to face him, All-Star game or not?
And obviously got off to a slow start, but really has picked it up lately. So I'm sure he's a possibility if somebody can't make it to Washington, D.C.
It's right down the road. Pitch is swung on and missed. Good changeup. And Meredith has a little bit more on Dylan Betances.
Well, Kenny, in the clubhouse today, he was asked whether or not he thought he had been snubbed and if he thinks he belongs in the All-Star game. And he said the way he sees it right now, there are a lot of deserving guys. You mentioned Snell and others that didn't make the team. That's just the way that it goes sometimes. It's a small roster. And one guy that he was particularly upset about not making it was Chad Green. He thinks Green is more deserving than Betances and perhaps some others that are on the roster. But Betances went on to say his focal point right now is making sure that he's an option at the end of the year. Last year, he called himself non-existent, just didn't have the stuff, couldn't produce on the mound. This year, he wants to make sure he maintains his stuff. And he said right now, even though the numbers may not be as good as they have been in years past, this is the best he's ever felt on the mound.
And it's been showing, certainly for about, I'd say, the last month and a half or 2 months. Dylan has been just about automatic when he comes in.
And Kenny, part of it was he thinks some of the hitters adapted to him and maybe was becoming a little bit too predictable on the mound. He's been using his fastball a little bit more, throwing it with a lot more confidence, and Aaron Boone mentioned that before the game. With Betances, it's using the fastball more. With Chapman, it's integrating that slider a little bit more.
Just showing the hitters a new look this year. Here's Danny Valencia. We just saw Jonathan Schoop line out to his countryman Didi Gregorius at short. So 2 up and 2 down for the Orioles here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Valencia's had a good career hitting left-handed pitching, and this one is fouled off. But he's gotten a chance to play more here in Baltimore against right-handers as well. We haven't seen him much in right field where he's playing today. Primarily we've seen him at third base and maybe a little bit at first. A ball and a strike on the Oriole right fielder. Hit on the ground to short, 1 hop for Didi. Straight throws. That's it. 1, 2, 3 for the Orioles here in the 2nd. CC is 6 up, 6 down thus far.
In Baltimore, let's take a look at the game time weather, which is presented by Bigelow Tea. Let's say 87 degrees, 35% humidity, a little bit of wind, and just a beautiful day here for the first game of the doubleheader. The Yankees lead 1-0 on a Giancarlo Stanton solo home run. It'll be 8-9-1 here in the top of the 3rd. Higashioka, first pitch swinging, drives this one to the right center field gap. It's going to be off the wall. Makes his turn. He'll cruise into second base with a double. Higashioka starting to heat up a little bit with the bat.
I think he goes up there looking for the fastball, and he just jumps it right off the bus. First pitch he sees, he lines it to the gap, almost hit it out of here in right center field. So now Flash, his first 3 hits were home runs. Now he's starting to pick up other types of hits. I mean, he had a single the other day in Toronto, and I wondered if he got the ball for that. And now he gets a double here. His first major league double.
You know what, Kenny? It seems like an attitude when he walks up to the plate, right? He had 21 home runs a couple of years ago in the minor leagues. So driving the baseball will be Tyler Wade. Hits this ball hard right back up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Higashioka is going to stop at third as Phil Nevin holds him up. He did not get a great jump or a great turn around third base. So 8-9 in the lineup producing.
I don't want to say this, Flash, because I'm working with you today, but maybe because he's a catcher at second base, he's going to hold him up. There's nobody out. He's thinking, well, maybe no rush. Adam Jones does have a pretty good arm in center field. There's the base hit. If Tyler Wade's on second, he's going. But Tyler Wade hit the ball.
Well, what we are seeing now, the Yankees going up there really aggressive against Yacobonis, throwing his fastball a lot early in counts. 2 pitches here in the top of the third, a double, base hit. It'll be Aaron Hicks. And a ground ball is first at bat to first base. Well, good news for the Yankees and Aaron Hicks. He's back in the lineup today. Had a little hamstring scare in Toronto. Took the day off yesterday and right back at it this afternoon.
Oh, they said it was cramping or tightness, but he's back out there. That's good because he's been hot.
Yeah, I think we think the worst with him, right, Kenny? Because he's had some injury problems in the past, and good swing there.
Here's a number. This is the 19th game he's leaded off. He's batted leadoff. In the previous 18. He's hit 9 home runs. It seems to agree with him to be the leading man, so to speak.
Well, such a luxury for Aaron Boone to have a switch hitter where you can have him hit leadoff. He's hit third. He's hit fourth. He's hit down on the lineup. Hits this right to first base. Mancini steps on first, throws to home. Joseph, the rundown with Higashioka going back to third. It's going to be a double play for Baltimore. And executed pretty well.
Executed well, but if you're a Higashioka, I think with the nearness of the play at first base, you got to hold, because that would have only been 1 out. You can't go on this. You see the ground ball, you see that he's right there, you stay. It would have been second and third and 1 out. So he gets caught in the rundown, and all of a sudden now it's a man on second and 2 outs. Maybe not the best base running there.
The Yankees seemed like they were all set up for a big inning. It still could be with Aaron Judge up at the plate. Wade taking his lead off a second. Judge first pitch swinging, base hit to left field. Wade coming around third. The throw is going to be up the line just a little bit. Return throw to second base, and Aaron Judge hustling into second. An RBI base hit with 2 outs. The Yankees lead 2-0.
Well, that makes the double play. You don't feel quite as bad about it because Judge twice now has jumped on the first pitch. And this time he's going to line it by Manny Machado laying out. And with Tyler Wade at second, he can score on just about any base hit from second base. Scores standing up. Heads up base running by Judge, who continues on the scoring position. Here's the base hit. Now you look, you see there's going to be a play at home. Now you take off for second base. Even if they cut the ball off and you're out, the run should score. Good hustle.
Just an all-around really good baseball player, Aaron Judge. Defensively, obviously with the power, the base running. Didi Gregorius first pitch swinging, base hit right back up the middle. Aaron Judge is going to score easily. Well, the Yankees aggressively swinging early in counts here in the third, and it's paying off. 3-0 lead.
Not only swinging, but aggressive on the bases too. I'm speaking of Judge getting himself into scoring position with 2 outs. And well, Yankees jumping on Yacobonis early in counts. Didi with the base hit here. Bam, right back through the middle. Yacobonis had the best chance. He couldn't come up with it. And with 2 outs, runners are off with the crack of the bat. Judge scores easily.
I'm thinking about the hitting instructor Marcus Tim sitting in that dugout watching Yacobonis go through the lineup go through the first 2 innings, saying, you know what, boys, go up there swinging the bats. A lot of first pitch fastballs, and the Yankees taking advantage of it. 2 down will be Giancarlo Stanton. Hit his 22nd home run of the year to lead off the 2nd inning. He's first pitch swinging. Drives one the other way. Looks like it's going to slice and find the seats.
You know, maybe the feeling is that he's not going to get many breaking balls over, so go up there looking for a fastball.
You talk about Yacobonis making that transition to be a starting pitcher. He only throws his changeup about 6% of the time. He's really fastball first. Some sliders about 29% of the time, but we've really seen him go to his fastball a lot here in this one. Jumps out ahead in the count quickly, 0-2. Gregorius taking his lead. Comes the 0-2 to Stanton. Check swing. Home plate umpire John Tumpane said he went around. But the Yankees, a very productive top of the 3rd. A great job of hitting with 2 outs. They lead 3-0. One of the hottest collectibles of the season. It's CC Sabathia Bobblehead Night, the 3rd in the 2018 collectible series presented by AT&T for the first 18,000 guests in attendance. For tickets, log on to Yankees.com, visit the Yankee Stadium ticket window. Yankees clubhouse shops are called Ticketmaster at 877-469-9849. Well, CC was out by the warehouse today in Baltimore. He's kind of making his rounds.
Well, good to see he made it through customs. Yesterday he was in Toronto.
Well, big CC Sabathia back out on the mound for the bottom of the 3rd now has a 3-0 lead. It'll be 7-8-9. Joey Rickard, Trey Mancini, and Caleb Joseph. Rickard squares around the bunt, pulls it back.
I was about to say Rickard is always a threat to bunt. And the Yankee infielders on the move.
You see the average is down for Rickard, but he's at 11 at bats against Sabathia, 455 batting average. He's ahead in the count here, 2-0. Kenny, I watched Sabathia pitch, and the amount of energy that he expends, it's like he's cruising along at 70%. You know, it's just nice and easy, under control. Let me just move the ball in, move it out, change speeds, not a whole lot of effort.
I had a chance to speak to CC the other day, and I told him, you know, my grandson's 8 years old. I would sit him down and say, we're going to watch this guy pitch, and just, this is how you pitch. You don't have to throw 100 miles an hour. He used to, but this is how you get people out. But I haven't been able to do it because every time CC's pitching, I'm working. Gashioka. This last foul ball, he kind of takes the great circle route to get to it, but it's out of play.
Oh, swing and a miss. Good pitch by Sabathia. First out here in the third.
That was a beauty. It looked like he took something off a breaking ball and had Rickard out in front. Is that a little cutter?
Good depth on that slider down and in. The Tide's red roughing.
Hall of Famer. On the all-time Yankee strikeout list, Andy Pettitte sits on top. CC gives Andy Pettitte a lot of credit for helping him transform himself into a real hard thrower into more of a finesse pitcher.
You know, I think of Andy the last couple of years with the Yankees, and it was almost like when he got in trouble, he would slow it down even more to let the hitter get himself out, right? You're in a hitter's count. I'm going to throw you a changeup off the plate. You can ground out the short if you want. And Sabathia has fully graduated to that level right now.
You know, John Tumpain behind the plate, and you mentioned he's got a tight zone. You know, from a hitter standpoint, that makes me feel pretty good. But I like his strike call. It's one of the most emphatic in the league. You really hear it well on a called strike. You know, that, where are the Dutch Renners? I mean, Dutch recently passed away, but I'm just saying, he, Bruce Fleming, I mean, when it was a called strike, people walking on Utah Street could hear it.
Sabathia heading to count 1-2. Elevates a fastball right back at him off of Sabathia. Didi comes in the bare hand. A nice play.
I mentioned this the other day, and we hope CC's okay. He tried to flag this down with his bare hand. I'm not so sure that would have gotten into center field anyway. Wouldn't hit that hard. Wade would have had a play. But Didi is one of the most acrobatic shortstops in the league. We're going to take a look at this on Yes Mo, brought to you by your Mercedes-Benz Tri-State dealer. There's the deflection by CC, and Didi with the bare hand. I mean, that play is tougher than he made it look. And there are 2 outs. He's amazing. Yeah, there's a call.
Call first strike to Caleb Joseph. Hitting 188 with the 1 home run, 4 RBIs. Better hitter here in Camden Yards, about a 260 hitter at home. Struggles on the road a little bit. Sabathia looks like he's in complete control this afternoon. Quickly ahead in the count, 0-2. 3 strikeouts for Sabathia already, looking for number 4. Comes the 0-2. Fouled off. Well, we talked about Baltimore. They've been struggling offensively. They've struggled on the mound, but it looks like Sabathia has everything moving tonight or this afternoon. As Buck Showalter looks on.
It'll be night before you know it. We'll still be here.
A long day at the office. The 0-2. In on the hands of Joseph, looped into left field. Frazier lays out. He can't make the play. First hit of the afternoon for Baltimore as Joseph cruises into second base with a 2-out double.
I know Frazier gave the good effort on that, but to me, you got to field this on the bounce, because if the ball gets by, Caleb Joseph is going to get to second base. Now you want him to be out of scoring position. Once you realize that it's going to be very difficult to catch it on the fly, play it on the bounce, stay on your feet, get the ball back in. Caleb Joseph's at first base.
With 2 down to bring up Tim Beckham. He struck out.
I don't mind the effort, but it was just maybe a little misplaced.
that's the one thing about Frazier's game maybe that can get a little bit better, the outfield play, some of the routes.
Well, more experience.
Yeah.
And, you know, if you're an outfield instructor or a coach on the team, you probably come up to him and say something after the inning's over. Or if you play for Earl Weaver, he'd probably scream at you after the inning's over.
First time Sabathia has had to pitch out of the stretch this afternoon. Ball in on the hands. Easy ground ball to Didi Gregorius. So Sabathia gave up his first hit, but still another clean inning. The Yankees lead 3-0. Fox, Pogba, and teen sensation Mbaba lead France against Luku and Belgium. And I'm doing a terrible job pronouncing these names. Coverage begins at tomorrow at 1 p.m. on Fox, or stream it live on the Fox Sports app.
That is a worldwide game.
You know what, Kenny? The next time that read comes through, I'm going to hand it over to you. Top of the fourth, the Yankees lead 3-0. It'll be Frazier, Walker, and Drury against Jimmy Yacobonis. Frazier struck out his first at bat in the second inning on our Audi scoreboard. 3-5-0 for the Yankees, 0-1 and 0 for the Baltimore Orioles. Big swing and a miss, looked like a breaking ball.
He started him with 2 breaking balls. So maybe he's getting away from that first pitch fastball that everybody's been jumping on.
Baltimore playing Frazier to pull in the infield, pretty much straight up in the outfield.
This is Frazier's 11th game with the Yankees, and he's kind of held his own. 7 for 26. He's also drawn 4 base on balls.
For a young player who went down to AAA, has been getting it done. You're just waiting for that opportunity in the big leagues to get extended at bats. Had a start yesterday, another one today. There's a fastball catch as I'm looking there for the first out here in the fourth.
Third strikeout for Yacobonis. Second time he's gotten Frazier. This time looking. A little movement on that fastball.
With one down, I'll bring up Neil Walker. Walker playing first base in the first game of this doubleheader. Drove one deep to left center his first at bat to Adam Jones. Breaking ball misses.
Walker showing his versatility, also looking at a shift. Playing first base, he can play third, he can play second. Switch hit.
The Yankees like him from the left side. 2-0 swing, fouls it off.
You know, you look at his National League stats with the Pirates and with the Mets. He's a 20 home run hitter.
Tough transition though, Kenny. Now he's coming off the bench a little bit more, you know, used to playing every day and getting those 4 at-bats every night.
You're right. It's not easy doing that.
The biggest transition to that role is mentally not having a built-in excuse already. Like, how am I supposed to hit when I'm not playing every day? You kind of got to have to get over that. Last 4 years, he has gotten it done. Comes the 2-2 from Yacobonis. Slider down and in. Walker swings right over the top. 2 quick outs here for Yacobonis in the 4th.
Let's take a look at this last pitch, and you're right. He chased one out of zone. And we all know how left-hand hitters like that ball down and in. So you just drop the head of the bat, pull the ball. And that's where the pitchers can get even by throwing that breaking ball. It looks like a fastball, and all of a sudden it falls off the table.
2 down will bring up Brandon Drury. It's at a breaking ball for ball 1. Drury grounded out in the 2nd. Had a couple starts in Toronto against some left-handed starting pitchers. Trying to get it going here at the big league level.
And when you look at the lineup in the first game, it almost kind of tells you Aaron Boone's thinking is, I'm going to use everybody today. Everybody's going to get a chance to play. The guys who don't play in the first game, they're going to play in the second, and some of the guys who have played in the first game won't play in the second.
Ground ball to short. Machado up with it. An easy 1-2-3 inning for Yacobonis. Yankees lead 3-0. We'll come back for the bottom of the 4th. Scoreboard 3-0 Yankees. Sabathia has been sharp. Has 3 strikeouts on the afternoon. He has struck out the leadoff batter in the first 3 innings. Looking to continue that trend here in the 4th. A lot of Yankee fans here in Baltimore. It'll be Adam Jones, Manny Machado, and Mark Trumbo. Sabathia quickly ahead in the count. Jones popped up to Neil Walker's first at bat.
It's about a 3-hour drive from New York City.
Felt like you last night, Kenny. I took the Amtrak, the Acela that you
man
constantly take back and forth to New York.
Yeah, it's the best way to get there as far as I'm concerned. You don't have to worry about parking. They even feed you on the train, you know.
Well, they must feed you because I didn't get a meal last night. Ground ball to short. Quick out for Sabathia.
Well, not a strikeout for CC to the first batter, but he gets a ground out. It's very comfortable ride back and forth.
One down will bring up Manny Machado.
Depending on which train you take, it could be as quick as 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Manny Machado making the All-Star team, will start at shortstop. It's this ball hard down the left field line. It'll be a fair ball and extra bases for Machado. 1-out double. Take a look at the American League starters for the All-Star game. Be Mookie Betts, Mike Trout, and Judge in the outfield. Ramirez, Machado, Altuve, Abreu at first. Ramos behind the plate, and J.D. Martinez will be the designated hitter.
Should be no surprise that Manny Machado picks up a hit. He's hit CC well, and he hits well at home. There's only one batter in the league that hits better in his home ballpark, and that's Mookie Betts of the Red Sox.
One down will bring up Mark Trumbo. I was thinking about Machado. Obviously, he has a lot to play for this year. He's going to be a free agent. A lot of talk about him being traded. But playing on a bad team, he's put up some huge numbers right in the middle of that lineup.
And the thing about it, just about everywhere he goes, he's asked about, well, how long are you going to be here? And there's trade rumors swirling. They were just in Philadelphia. Phillies are one of the teams that's interested.
It's always that tough decision. Do you give up your top prospects for a guy who is going to be a free agent, might be a rental?
You know, maybe you try and strike a deal before he even gets there. We'll make a trade for you, but here's what we got on the table.
Well, the Yankees are going to be traveling to Cleveland after this series. There's some talk about the Indians interested in Machado.
He's not going to play shortstop there.
Nope. It's nice to have the versatility, right? Can go to short, can play third. An all-star at both positions as Trumbo hits this ball deep to left. Frazier on the track. It's going to be gone. A 2-run home run for Mark Trumbo. And Kenny, you talked about it, starting to swing the bat a whole lot better. 3-2 ball game.
Yeah, that's his 9th home run in the last 20 games. A couple of years ago, Trumbo led the league in home runs. That's number 12 on the season. And you saw Aaron Boone looking over as Trumbo went to the dugout. Now, Aaron Boone and Trumbo have a connection. They both went to the same high school in California. CC didn't quite get that one in enough, and Trumbo was able to get the barrel of the bat to the ball. Oh, nice catch.
We'll bring up Jonathan Scope, hit a hard line drive to Gregorius in short, his first at bat. I'm thinking about this series coming in, Yankees against the Orioles. You got a doubleheader today. You got two teams going in different directions, but for Baltimore, a lot to play for. You know, you're trying to play for a little pride. You can stay in a ball game. You're going to fight all the way through. I always felt the good teams would put away a bad team early.
Yeah, when you play teams like that, you can't give them an excuse to beat you. Just, you know, make it look like it's going to be more of the same, guys. They've lost 6 in a row, 13 of the last 14. You go a little further, they've lost 24 out of 29. So that's like 29, like a month of games. They've lost 24 of them.
The manager right there, not used to all this losing that's going on. 24 wins on the year. Scope gets jammed, bloops one into right center field. So Sabathia again, some weak contact, but some bad luck.
Yeah, Scope is, getting into the mode of Trumbo. He's starting to hit the ball better, and both of them were injured in spring training. Scope had an oblique injury, and consequently, he too got off to a very, very slow start. I mean, he came into today hitting .216, but lately he's starting to heat up.
You look at this Oriole lineup, and on paper, the numbers should be better than they are. Second at bat for Danny Valencia, playing right field today. The ground ball is first at bat. It was relatively easy for Sabathia the first 3 innings, having to work a little bit harder here in the 4th.
Well, he's working on his 244th career win.
Scope taking his lead off of first. He doesn't run much, doesn't have a stolen base yet this year. He's been thrown out once.
Sabathia thought that was a strike. This could be the Tom Payne effect that Flash was talking about. Didn't give it to him. It was inside.
Obviously, you want to get the call, but a better sign for Sabathia. He's been leaving some fastballs out over the plate. Got that one in on the hands a little bit, and a 4-pitch walk to Valencia.
Now to move Scope into scoring position.
Higashioka going out to have a little talk. I'm sure Sabathia's first question was that 2-0 pitch a strike. Once you get the answer, then you start moving on, trying to figure out a way to possibly get a double play ground ball and get out of this inning.
Now, if he asked you the same question, what would you say? Being a former catcher,
I'd be honest with him. I'd say, listen, a little bit off, good pitch, just off the plate.
Okay,
and now let's go.
Smooth it over a little bit. Okay.
You got it in there, just missed. Now let's try to get a double play grounder.
Now, you and Randy Johnson are on those type of speaking terms, right?
I don't think I ever made that trek out to talk to Randy Johnson like that. I let him figure it out on his own. He did a good job of that.
He's in the Hall of Fame.
There's a first pitch strike to Joey Rickard. Now you're starting to see the shadows going to become a factor here. Kind of an unusual time, obviously a 4 o'clock start.
Those are from the light towers on the roof here at the Camden Yards.
Sabathia quickly ahead 0-2. Check swing, check to the first base umpire. Another strikeout for Sabathia. Second time Rickard has gone down.
And second time on this pitch. Tried to check, pitch out of the strike zone. Check, please. He's gone. 4 strikeouts for Sabathia. Into the sun, out of the sun, and then disappears like an eclipse of a baseball as we look at it on Yesmo.
2 down will bring up Trey Mancini. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back. Mancini not having the type of year we're used to seeing from him. The batting average down 224.
It's been a little bit of a struggle for him. And here's a guy got off to a great start. And he ran into a wall here at Camden Yards. And since then, his average has gone down.
Mancini, a guy who really likes the ball out over the plate, likes to drive it to right center field. Expect Sabathia and Higashioka to kind of keep the ball in on his hands. Sabathia trying to limit the damage here in the fourth. Ooh, good breaking ball, doesn't get the call, and Sabathia is not happy.
And now Tumpaine's hitter from the bench.
Oh. Boy, it looked good where it ended up, but it looked like it maybe came around. Higashioka, good job making it look like a strike. Big pitch there. Mancini heading the count 2-1. Fastball for strike 2.
You know, it's interesting because CC got thrown out of the game in Toronto for arguing balls and strikes from the bench. And the last thing he said to Lance Barrett, the home plate umpire, "That's okay, it's too hot out here anyway." He went back in the clubhouse.
Scope off a second, Valencia off a first. It's going to be a 2-2 pitch to Trey Mancini. Sabathia trying to limit the damage. Off the plate inside. So you got Scope and Valencia on the bases. They will be off with the pitch. 3-2, 2 outs. .64 pitches for Sabathia already. Here comes number 65, fouled off.
Seems like when in doubt, throw him the cutter in on the hands.
Higashioka going through the signs. Sabathia finds one he likes. Runners on the move. Here comes a 3-2 off the plate away. So the inning continues. And pitching coach Larry Rothschild's going to come out to give Sabathia a little bit of a break.
This is baseball's version of the standing 8 count. You just relax a little bit, get this next guy, and you're out of the inning.
We'll see if Larry Rothschild has some words for John Tumpain, the home plate umpire, as he comes out to break up the conversation. There it is, a few words for the umpire.
Now, you played for Larry Rothschild, right? He was your manager.
He was my manager in Tampa Bay. Yeah.
He is known as one of the best pitching coaches in baseball. Hard worker, watches a lot of video. Good advice for his pitchers on the staff. He told me the other day the best young pitcher he ever saw was Bartolo Colon.
Really?
At 19 years old. And he's still going at 44.
Bases loaded for Caleb Joseph. He had a double his first at bat. Sabathia missed up and away. A big spot in this ball game. Number 9 hitter Caleb Joseph against Sabathia. 3-2 lead for the Yankees. I always think back to during the course of a ball game about 5 or 6 pitches that can really make the difference.
Calls you got or didn't get,
or pitches that you make that you didn't make. You know, execute a pitch, get a big out. Big situation right here with the number 9 hitter. The off-speed pitch misses away. Sabathia behind in the count again.
off the outside corner.
Comes the 2-1. Again, off the plate, up and away. Sabathia having trouble with his location here in the 4th. '30th pitch coming up here this inning for Sabathia, and a big one. I'll be thinking a nice little 2-seamer down and away, try to get a ground ball. Joseph ahead in the count. I'm sure he's hunting a fastball. Fouled off. Came right at the number 9 hitter, was able to get in on his hands. So again, with a 3-2 count, 2 outs, runners will be on the move. Scope, Valencia, and Mancini. Crowd starting to get into it here in Baltimore. A big pitch from Sabathia. The 3-2. Ground ball to third. Drury up with it. Across the diamond over to Walker. So Sabathia makes a big pitch when he had to. 30 pitches in the 4th inning. Baltimore back in it. We got a ball game. It's 3-2.
To how they played head-to-head during the course of the year. We look at the American League East standings. The Yankees trail the Red Sox by 2. They're tied in the loss column. And the Rays 16 out, Blue Jays 20, and the Orioles 37 games behind.
You know, Kenny, I know that teams and good teams just really worry about themselves, right? And they take care of their own business. When you played as good as you played, if you're the New York Yankees, and Boston is right there, that'll get your attention.
Well, it's not like it hasn't happened before between those two teams. And on a GMC scoreboard, the Yankees lead it 3-2. Top of the 5th inning, Kyle Higashioka, who doubled his first time up, takes ball 1 from Jimmy Yacobonis. Next pitch is low ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes. We mentioned that Yacobonis is from Mattawan, New Jersey. He's not the only pitcher in the major leagues getting a start today from that neck of the woods. Anthony DeSclafani, pitching for the Reds today, is from Colts Neck, New Jersey. He's pitching in Cleveland against the Indians. And the thing about DeSclafani, I think manager Jim Riggleman set him up as a pinch hitter the other day, and he hit a grand slam home run.
So we got an athlete on our hands.
Yeah, DeSclafani. So I'm sure the fans watching in Jersey, they know of these two pitchers. Their pitches in there for a strike, and it's 3-1.
Speaking of Jersey,
yeah.
So my old college coach is now a scout, and he saw Al Leiter's son, who's going to Vanderbilt, pitch.
Yeah,
and he said, you know what? He's going to be an interesting guy in next year's draft.
3-1 pitch, and that's high for a ball. A leadoff walk to Higashioka.
So that part of New Jersey producing some quality pitching.
So you're saying, even though he's lined up to go to Vanderbilt, he's in the draft.
He'll be a senior next year.
Yeah.
So obviously going to Vanderbilt's a big deal, but he said he projects to be a pretty high pick.
Well, Vanderbilt has turned out some pretty good pitchers.
Yes, they have.
They have a good coach there, and Tim Corbin. Here's Tyler Wade, who had a base hit, scored a run. That was in the third when the Yankees scored a couple. Pitch is outside, ball one from Yacobonis. By the way, that was the first walk handed out by Yacobonis in this game to Higashioka. Wade, of course, with the great speed. Beckham's in on the grass at third. He'll take a pitch for a call strike.
Well, it's always interesting to watch these young players, and Tyler Wade, who obviously made the team and got off to a slow start, some injuries, and went down to AAA. It took him a little while to get going again. It's always a tough demotion, and now back in the big leagues trying to make his impression again.
Makes that pitch for a strike. Down at AAA, Scranton Wilkes-Barre, he was hitting .271 with 16 doubles. The Oriole bullpen is busy out in deep left center field. Higashioka with a short lead at first base. A 1-2 pitch, and it's popped up into left field. Coming on his record, he wasn't playing deep to begin with. He's there and makes the catch for the first down. So one down. Higashioka still perched at first base, and the lineup will turn over. Aaron Hicks will come up. Hicks is grounded to first, and then he grounded to first into a double play. That will hit the inside corner for a call strike. Hicks 10 home runs his last 19 games. He's been on fire.
Well, Aaron Hicks didn't look happy with that call. You're starting to hear Aaron Boone, the manager, kind of give it to John Tumpain, the home plate umpire.
That's in the dirt. Good stop by Caleb Joseph. Now, Hicks has been moving around the batting order lately. He batted third the other day in Toronto. Batted fourth the next day, and today he's leading off. So Aaron Boone, I guess he feels he can plug him in anywhere, and he's going to get the job done.
The great thing about Aaron Hicks, he's such a good defender, but obviously he'll be in the lineup even if he's struggling a little bit at the plate.
Swing and a miss, and it's strike two.
But I consider him a streaky hitter, Kenny. You know, when he gets going, I mean, he gets hot. And obviously, the career high in home runs already this year. Keep him on the field, stay healthy. You wonder where the numbers are going to end up at the end of the year.
It's almost as if, you know, he's like a 5-tool player, but the last tool was the hitting that really started to come on. Pitch is pop, foul, and it's going to be back in the seats. He was a pitcher in high school.
I could see with that throwing arm.
Yeah. I had mentioned this on an earlier telecast. He was telling me about a game in which he was throwing a no-hitter. And the last hitter, or the guy who was supposed to be the last out, popped one out in the short center field, and the second baseman and shortstop looked at each other and fell in for a hit. He said in those days he was fast enough he could have got back there and caught it himself. He's pitching off the end of the bat, and this is going to be an infield single. He couldn't have rolled it out there any better. Higashioka moves to second. Yakubonis made a good pitch, and you got to smile after that.
You have to. That's a thing of beauty right there for Aaron Hicks. Wasn't happy with the strike that was called earlier in the at-bat. Right off the end of his bat right there, gets some great spin on it. That's like a Kenny Singleton 60-degree wedge. Spins back on the green. That is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, but now you got a putt. Here's another look, and I think the end of the bat was just shattered. Yep, it was. Here's Judge, who jumped on the first pitch both times to the plate so far. This time he takes one low and away. He's flying to center and single to drive in a run. He also scored a run in the third inning. 2 on, 1 out for the Yankees. They're up by a run here in the top of the 5th inning. It's a 3-2 game. Outfield is deep, just about straight away. That is a high strike, 1-1.
You see the shadows now. I mean, you would think it would have to be somewhat of a factor. Picking up spin on the breaking ball. We'll see how Aaron Judge reacts.
I don't think it's quite as bad as it's going to be. Swing, yeah, that's strike 2. Let's take a look. It doesn't look like it'd be fun to hit about right now. The lights really, they're on, but they haven't taken effect at all. A 1-2 pitch. Outside, 2-2.
Good take right there by Aaron Judge. Quality breaking ball just off the plate.
Yankees threatening here in the 5th. Called strike 3. Fastball over the inside corner, and Judge is caught looking.
A really good execution by Yakubonis and Joseph behind the plate. Couple of breaking balls away, and then he come back with a fastball, clips the inside corner. Great look from over the top, and now from behind Yakubonis.
One of the best pitches he's made this afternoon. So now 2 outs with 2 on, and brings up Didi. Didi had a base hit, run batted in the 3rd. 1 for 2. In the dirt. Good stop by Caleb Joseph. That's ball 1.
You see the pitch count at 69 for Yakubonis. I mentioned earlier his starts at AAA pretty much around that 65 to 75 pitch count.
The 1-0 pitch, and that is ball 2. 2-0. That is Mike Wright Jr. warming up in the bullpen. Ball is popped up. Let's see if Beckham has a play. Yep, he crosses into foul territory with plenty of room. He puts it away, and that's it. The Yankees lead 2 runners here at the top of the 5th. On to the bottom half of the inning. The Yankees lead by 1. Montefiore doing more. This is about Alex Cobb, who left yesterday's start after 5 innings. Blister on his right hand, also had a cracked fingernail. His numbers this season, the Orioles signed him as a free agent, 2-11. You could see his previous seasons with the Rays. He was a very effective pitcher in the American League East. Not so much this year. Top of the order, Tim Beckham. And he'll take a pitch low and inside, ball 1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Yankees are leading 3-2. On our GMC scoreboard, Yankees with 1 more run and 2 more hits. Beckham is struck out, grounded out. He's 0 for 2. Check swing, and that's high and away for a ball. 2 balls and no strikes. Beckham, Jones, and Machado for the Orioles here in the 5th. Two-0 pitch, and Beckham swings and misses, strike 1. CC has made 1 start against Baltimore this year. You have to go all the way back to April the 6th at Yankee Stadium. Got no decision. Here are the numbers on Beckham there. Three and 1.
Oh, such a grind for Sabathia in the 4th inning, throwing 30 pitches. That pitch count now elevated. Love to have a quick inning here. Try to give the Yankees 6 innings. First game of a doubleheader. Looked like it was going to be easy for him the first 3.
Yeah, he was cruising. 3-1 pitch, and that's a call strike. 3-2, picked off the inside corner. CC's earner on average starting the game today was 3.02. He had actually moved into the top 10 in the American League in that category. Here's the payoff pitch to Beckham. He hits ground ball towards third, towards the hole. Going to be a tough play. Didi on the backhand to throw to first. He is not in time. Beckham with too much speed beats it out for an infield hit. Good effort by Didi Gregorius at shortstop.
Yeah, great effort by Didi, and again for Sabathia, it's weak contact. As you see, Beckham's way out in front and just kind of flips at it. Gregorius, the backhand, the strong throw, the 1 hop. Beckham just runs too well.
I think a lot of shortstops in the league would just pick that up. Here's Adam Jones, veteran center fielder. There's been talk about Jones being on the move here, but he's got the 10-5 clause in his pocket. Ball right back to CC. He turns, goes to second for 1, on the first, and it's a double play.
Well, Sabathia, the veteran, makes a big pitch when he has to, but also takes his time. Takes an extra little step, making sure you make that good first throw. The rest of the play is easy from there from Wade, and he's so happy because he just threw a nice, accurate strike right to Wade.
Yeah, but when there's a man on first, the pitcher will usually turn to the shortstop and second base and say, which one of you is going to be covered? And then they will acknowledge him. And obviously it was Wade at second. Turned it over nicely, and that'll bring up Machado. This is the way you want to face him with nobody on. One of the best hitters in the league with runners in scoring position. One of the best hitters, period. Here's the pitch, and it's high and away for a ball. Manny has now played in 41 home games. He's had a hit in 34 of them. It was with that double last time up. Fouls this one back to the screen, and it's a ball and a strike.
Well, it's always fun this time of year when you see the scouts in the food room around. You start saying, okay, he works for this team. Why is he here watching? You start putting things together in your mind. Oh, okay.
There's Tim Nearing.
Tim Nearing's here. Yeah.
In the blue shirt there. Saw Tim before the game. Tim with the Yankees, of course. One of the right-hand men of Brian Cashman. Another pitch that CC thought was a strike.
Yeah, this I don't think is going to end real well at some point.
Oh, that was a little closer than the other ones.
And Sabathia is showing up. John Tumpane behind home plate a little bit by strolling off of the mound. The veteran, he'll get away with a little bit more of that. Every pitch on a guy like Machado is so important.
I think this is where Trumbo, being on a hot streak, very important for Baltimore. Here's the questionable pitch, Flash.
It's around the plate. Again, Higashioka making it look like a strike.
That's a strike, and the count is now full at 3-2. You know, a lot of teams this year have kind of worked around Manny. He's among the league leaders in intentional walks, but there's the ones that are unintentional that you just don't want him to hit.
This pitch right here has to be a pitcher's pitch if you're Sabathia. You treat the 3-2 count like an 0-2 count.
It's on the way, and it's bounced towards short. Didi has it, straightens up and throws, and that'll do it. CC gives up a hit, but nothing else. Here in the 5th inning, he's talking to Tom Payne. We'll be right back. Final vote candidates, and you can vote at MLB.com to which one of these players gets the most votes is headed to the All-Star game. Carlos Stanton of the Yankees, Andrew Benintendi of the Red Sox, Eddie Rosario having a good year for the Twins, Jean Segura, and Andrelton Simmons. I heard something about Segura today, Flash. He's got more multi-hit games than he has games without a hit.
Wow.
That's doing some stroking. Here's Stanton. Hit his 22nd home run of the year in the 2nd inning. It was a laser shot, and then struck out in the 3rd. Mike Wright Jr. throws it over the outside corner for a call strike. Inside for a ball, and it's 1-1.
Wright Jr. on a pretty good run right now. 8 2/3 straight scoreless innings for him coming out of the bullpen.
Yankees trying to increase a 3-2 lead, and that is a call strike.
97 miles an hour. The ball jumping out of his hand. You take a look at the numbers. The ERA just under 5.
One-two pitch, bouncing ball over the mound, and Scope can't flag it down. It's into center field for a base hit. Stanton with a multi-hit game, home run and now a single. And he's on with a leadoff base hit here in the 6th inning.
Yeah, the at-bats against right-handed pitching just look so much more comfortable now. A breaking ball and just drives it right back up the middle.
Flash, he hits the ball hard, even his ground balls. I thought Scope was going to get that. But when he got there, the ball was into center field.
Oh, looked like he got on top of it and hit it with that top spin, so it just takes off through the infield.
Here's Clint Frazier, struck out swinging in the second, looking in the fourth. Ball one to the Yankee left fielder. Frazier in 47 games at AAA this year. Grant Wilkes-Barre was hitting .312. Outside ball 2-0. At 14 doubles, 3 triples, 10 home runs. Those are the type of numbers that get you promoted.
Yeah, and these are the type of counts where you really have to produce. Ahead in the count 2-0 if you're Frazier. You know that Wright Jr. has a good fastball. Look for the fastball and make sure you get out front.
2-0 pitch, and it misses. Ball 3.
Frazier looking down to Phil Nevin, the third base coach, to see if he has the green light on a 3-0 count. Didn't see Phil give him a sign either way.
Well, Aaron Boone's been known to let the hitters go. They like it. Swing at it. That's the call strike. 3-1.
Did you like hitting 3-0?
No, not really. I didn't really get the green light. They were looking for me to walk. Eddie Murray was up next.
I always felt like if 3-0 pitch, you're probably going to get the same pitch 3-1.
Yeah.
You see what Wright Jr. comes with here. It was a 3-0 fastball right down the middle.
Little chopper. High hop for Beckham. He looks towards second. Now throws the first and just got it. I'll tell you what, that look at second almost cost him.
It might have cost him.
The Yankees are going to look, going to challenge.
So
or maybe.
One thing we know about Frazier, he runs so well. Now they got him.
They got him, barely. But on the play, Stanton will move to second. So Walker's up with a runner in scoring position. See Stanton taking his lead at second base. One out here in the 6th. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
Take another look at Beckham with that high chop. Comes up with it, looks towards second, a little hesitation, and then has enough arm strength to get Frazier by a half a step.
Yeah, he had the double clutch to make that play. The 0-1, and it's fouled back. Walker quickly in the hole, no balls and 2 strikes. Yankees scored a run in the second on a home run by Giancarlo Stanton and got RBI singles from Judge and Gregorius in the 3rd for their 3 runs. Walker lines it into left center field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. Phil Nevin is waving Stanton home. He'll score standing up, and it's a 4-2 game as Walker comes through with a base hit on an 0-2 pitch.
Well, you love the approach for Neil Walker on an 0-2 pitch. Not trying to do too much. Try to keep your approach middle of the field and just block it the other way. Wright Jr. wanted to come in with a fastball, left it out over the plate a little bit. A mistake, and Neil Walker takes advantage. Stanton scores easily.
So Walker comes through with the 1-out single. That'll bring up Brandon Drury. He was grounded out twice, once to second, once to short. That's outside, ball 1. So the Yankees have done a pretty good job with runners in scoring position today. They saw Judge come through, Gregorius, and now Walker.
A really good job of hitting with 2 outs, especially in that 3rd inning.
Call strike on Drury. Drury had made the All-Star team in the International League. But as I mentioned yesterday, where would you rather be? In the AAA All-Star game or playing in the big leagues? You didn't even answer. That kind of is an answer in itself.
I think right where he is right now in Baltimore in the batter's box is just fine with him.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. And I'm sure he's happy to be in the big leagues and you know, have that migraine situation kind of under control. Yankees are 4 for 7 with runners in scoring position today. Two balls and 2 strikes now on Drury. The 2-2 swung on and missed, strike 3, and that's out number 2. Drury now 0 for 3 as Wright picks up his first strikeout of the game. Kyle Higashioka is 1 for 1. He's doubled and he's drawn a walk. The first fastball he sees, if it's to his leg, he's going to let it go. He does not get cheated when he swings. That's outside for a ball. I think wasn't it a couple of years ago he had over 21
home runs
in the minor leagues. Yeah. And it's Scranton Wilkes-Barre. And he came to spring training and hit a couple more. There's a strike and it's 1-1. Hey, before we go any further, I almost forgot, it's our director John Moore's birthday. And you know, the pictures that you see, I mean, there's nobody in the world better at doing what he does. So John, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, John Moore.
Swing and a miss. Like I said, he doesn't get cheated. It's ball and 2 strikes.
Higashioka has done such a nice job behind the plate, calling games for his pitching staff, but you're right, the power that is there and the aggressive swing.
Call strike 3. Caught looking. Wright gives up a run but strikes out the last 2 batters. At the end of 5 1/2, the Yankees have a 2-run lead here in Baltimore. Mark Trumbo will lead it off for the Baltimore Orioles. CC with a little bit more of a cushion to work with. It's now a 4-2 game here in the bottom of the 6th. Trumbo had a 2-run homer in the 4th inning. And he'll take a pitch a little bit low for ball 1.
Obviously a huge inning for Sabathia, Trumbo, Scope, and Valencia. The pitch count now at 86. Love to give the Yankees and Aaron Boone 6 quality innings.
Swing and a miss. Looked like a changeup, and it's 1-1. Trumbo struck out swinging in the 2nd, and we mentioned the home run. That was his 12th of the year. That came in the 4th. Now the pitcher in the sunlight and the hitter in the darkness. Ball 2. 2 balls and a strike.
At this point in the ball game, you start looking down at the bullpens for both clubs. The Yankee bullpen packed out there and starting to scurry just a little bit. Some guys moving around, going through their routines.
Swing and a miss by Trumbo. CC tied him up with a up and in fastball. Sabathia 4 strikeouts, 2 walks on the afternoon. Ready for the 2-2 pitch. Chop foul. Looked like he went back in there again. Fans, this copyright telecast is presented by the authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Once again, the 2-2. The count has run full. Trumbo looking at a payoff pitch, and it's high, ball 4. He draws a walk. A leadoff walk here in the 6th inning. 3rd walk for CC.
You'd expect that to get a phone call going to the bullpen. Pitch count's elevated. Obviously losing Trumbo there.
Here comes Scope. Scope's hit the ball hard today. Oh, he's lined out and kind of looped a single into right center field. So he's hit the ball hard once, didn't get anything to show for it. Then he looped one out there and got a hit. It averaged down to 218. Last year he was almost a 300 hitter. Made the All-Star team. High, ball 1. That bloop single increased his hitting streak to 7 consecutive games.
If I'm Higashioka behind the plate, the last 2 pitches Sabathia threw would concern me. He's leaving, working underneath a little bit. The fastballs are up and away and missing badly. Not a good sign, as maybe you get a little bit fatigued here. 94th pitch coming.
Ball 2. 2 balls and no strikes to Scope. The Yankee bullpen has Jonathan Holder warming up.
A big pitch right here coming for Sabathia. Scope ahead in the count, 2-0. This is where I was talking about Andy Pettitte before. You throw a little dead fish changeup away, hoping for a ground ball, let the hitter get a little too aggressive.
That looked like something on speed. He pulled it foul.
84 miles an hour.
Now with Manny Machado scheduled to be a free agent after this year, some Oriole fans are getting concerned about Scope. He could be a free agent at the end of next year. 2-1 pitch, hit on the ground, and Pye walkered into right field. Trumbo turning at second and heads to third, and Scope is into second base. Ball is hit hard, but some way it got underneath the glove of Walker at first base. That looked like a potential double play ball.
And we'll take a look at it. It'd be a great angle right here. And you're right, it was hit hard. Maybe the shadows. Walker didn't get a good look at it, but at least you got to knock it down.
It looked like it hit his foot and then continued and went through his legs. And they're going to call this a base hit.
Oof.
So second and third, nobody out. To bring up Danny Valencia. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. Strike one.
Aaron Boone playing the middle infielder's back. He'll trade an out for a run.
Misses the inside corner. Ball and a strike. If that ball did go through Walker's legs, usually a ball like they'll call that an error. I know it was hit hard. Ball and a strike on Valencia, who's grounded out and drawn a base on balls. Ball is hit well to left center field. Hicks going back. Way back near the wall. This one is gone. A home run for Danny Valencia. And the Orioles have taken the lead. It's now 5-4. For Valencia, his 9th home run of the year.
There were some pitches in this inning where you can see Sabathia was struggling, missing up and away to righties, working underneath a little bit. Makes a mistake to Valencia, who you mentioned earlier, Kenny. He beats up on left-handed pitching.
That was up in the zone, and Sabathia will depart. Did not get it out here in the 6th inning. Sabathia's gone. We'll be back. Baltimore leading 5-4 here in the 6th inning with nobody out. Flash, let's take a look at what's happened this inning.
Yeah, there's the slider, and it looked like it just spun and sat right in the middle of the plate, up, out, over. Valencia, who has beat up on left-handed pitching his whole career, takes advantage of that mistake. And you know Sabathia is probably not happy with the home plate umpire, John Tumpain. But some of the pitches early in that 6th inning, to me, looked like he was struggling a little bit. Aaron Boone gave him the opportunity to work his way through it. Big 3-run home run.
Still, nobody out here. Joey Rickard will face Jonathan Holder, who lately has been very tough to deal with for opposing hitters. Sabathia struck out Rickard twice, both times swinging. And a broken bat looper down the right field line. Going to be a tough play. And Judge is going to have to play it on the hop. He comes up with it cleanly. And Rickard's going to have to hold at first base. So a broken bat single, and there's still nobody out. Look at the numbers on Holder, and they're all very good. Since being recalled on April 21st, he's working to an earned run average of 0.55. Here's Mancini, who's grounded out and walked. Foul ball back to the screen. Rickard at first has stolen base type speed, although he hasn't stolen a base this year. There are the numbers on CC. 7 hits in 5+ innings, 5 runs, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts, 99 pitches.
Really shocking too, because the first 3 innings he had it in cruise control. Looked like it was going to be an easy afternoon for him.
Good stop by Higashioka. That ball came up and hit him in the chest protector.
There are some pitches at the major league level that are so far in front of home plate, you throw the technique out if you're Higashioka, and it's just self-defense trying to get in front of the baseball and hoping for the best. You see how far out in front of home plate it bounces. Higashioka, he's solid back there. Really good hands, good blocker. Maybe he doesn't throw. That's not the best part of his defensive game.
2 balls and a strike on Mancini. I think when you are one of the call-ups or potential call-ups, the #1 thing you have to play defense. Most major league managers, somebody off the bench got to be able to do various things, but defense is certainly up at the top. There goes Rickard. Pitches popped up, and down the line goes Walker. You might have a play here. He makes the catch, and Rickard has to scramble to get back to first. There's the first out of the inning as Mancini fouls out. So with 1 out, it'll bring up the #9 hitter, Caleb Joseph. Corbin's his brother. In fact, Corbin was called up by the Orioles for a couple of days, and 2 brothers are on the same team at the same time. And Corbin had formerly been in the Yankees organization, hadn't played the big leagues in 5 years.
How cool is that?
It's pretty cool. But he has since been sent back to the minors. As Holder checks on Rickard at first.
We'll see if Rickard's thinking of taking off again. And I talk about Higashioka behind the plate. Solid hands, receives the ball well, blocks great, calls a good game. And the arm strength might not be the best part of his defensive game, but gets rid of it quickly, and that's how you compensate for that. See if Rickard's going to test him.
Another toss over the first. Not going. Pitch is outside for a ball. You know what I think is becoming a lost art? The art of the pitch out. You don't see them that much anymore. First of all, stolen base attempts have gone down.
Way down, yeah. I actually had a tough time with pitch outs and throwing to second base. I'd almost rather just have the pitcher make a good pitch, because it's so out of the ordinary of what you're used to, and you don't practice it that much.
Here's a strike. 1-1 on Joseph.
And you wonder, Kenny, the running game not as prevalent now as it was in the past. If pitchers are still adept at holding runners, changing their times, changing their patterns to the plate. Higashioka looking in at Phil Nevin, going through the running game signs on throwing over, slide step, pitch out.
Another throw, and it looked like Rickard was off and running. He had to dive back. And sometimes when a pitcher throws over like this and the runner has a difficult time getting, that tells you he was thinking about going. Now he's not going, and the pitch is inside for a ball. I remember when I was doing Montreal games, and Felipe Alou was the manager of the excellent manager. And he explained to me the reason why we had pitchers throw the first, just to gauge when a runner might be going, and then accordingly call a pitch out. There he goes. Pitches a ball. The throw to second. Not in time. Rickard picks up his first stolen base of the year.
I think if you're Higashioka behind the plate, I didn't think Rickard had a great jump, and it looked like a pretty good pitch to throw on. Nope. Down and away. Tough pitch to throw on. And take a look at the jump. Good, not great. Tough pitch to throw on. It just yanks it a little bit. Nice job by Tyler Wade, just keeping that ball in front.
See, there's where I might have called the pitch out. You know, not on the next pitch after throwing over, but the one after.
The one after.
Yeah. The 3-1 pitch swung on and missed. 3-2.
The toughest pitch for a catcher to throw on, that ball that's down and away. You really have to let it travel. You can't get out front at all, so you're going to be off balance.
Full count on Joseph with a man on second and one out. The payoff pitch is pop foul. We'll do it all over again. It looks like a pretty good crowd for the afternoon portion of this doubleheader. Would expect as the day goes along. Now, this is a single admission doubleheader. As the day goes on, you might see more and more people show up. Hey, there's a ball game going on. The 3-2 pitch, and it misses, ball 4. So now 2 on and 1 out. As Holder just missed. And you can see concern on Larry Rothschild and Aaron Boone. As now we go back to the top of the order, and Tim Beckham struck out, grounded out, and had a base hit. Former #1 draft pick overall by the Rays, or maybe in those days the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Holder checks the runner at second and now deals. And it's low, ball 1 to Beckham. When Beckham first came up, he was supposed to be the shortstop. Beckham, Pedro Alvarez, who the Orioles recently released, Eric Hosmer just signed a big time contract. Brian Mattis, left-hand pitcher, pitches foul back. One and one the count with 1 out. Holder trying to get out of a jam here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Orioles have already scored 3 times to take the lead. Swing and a miss. Good fastball. 1 and 2 on Beckham. This has been from an Orioles standpoint a big time scoring afternoon. 9 of their last 10 games they had scored 2 runs or less. They have put 5 on the board here against the Yankees thus far in this game. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Holder picks up his first strikeout, and now there are 2 down here in the 6th.
Well, We'll take a look at the final pitch. A breaking ball that's up a little bit, but I think the fastball, the pitch before, really got in Beckham's head. He had to respect it. His holder threw it right by him, was able to get the breaking ball down and away. Now a huge at bat for Adam Jones coming up at the plate with Manny Machado waiting on deck. Got to go right at Adam Jones here with 2 outs.
Yeah, 2 outs, 2 on. Jones is 0 for 3. Fouled out, grounded out, and then hit to a double play. Jones does not walk very often. He's up there to swing the bat. Doesn't get that one. Strike 1. A lot of these hitters right now, Flash, are having defensive swings. It's
talked about the shadows. It's been an issue all game. You wonder if it's at its worst point right now.
the backdrop of the warehouse just beyond Utah Street. Ball is popped foul, out of play, and Holder quickly jumps ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. The veteran Adam Jones came over in a trade with the Seattle Mariners. That deal certainly worked in the Orioles' favor. The 0-2 pitch to Jones, and it's low. He would chase 1-2. Holder trying to come up with a pitch here to get the Yankees out of a jam here in the 6th. Ball is popped up. Let's see who's going to make the play here. It looks like Walker. He has it. Holder gets out of the jam. But the Orioles score 3 and they lead 5-4.
Light, refreshing finish, and you go all the way back to August 16th of '03, and Jack Cuss, the pride of Flemington, New Jersey, has a little bit of trouble coming around third base. Aaron Boone, the manager of the Yankees, playing third that night. Going to complete the rundown as Jack Cuss runs out of space right there. Your Coors Light refreshing finish.
Now, if you saw on that play, there was nobody at home plate. It was either Aaron Boone getting him out or nobody.
Tyler Wade, first pitch bunting. Mancini up with it, makes the play.
15 years ago here at Camden Yards. Yeah, that's.
Cadillac scoreboard. The Yankees now trailing 5-4. Gonna have to play a little catch up.
Cuss not only fell down once, he fell down twice between home and third.
Back to the top of the order. Aaron Hicks had an infield base hit his last time. As Mike Wright Jr. pours in a strike to get ahead in the count.
Ooh, that hurt. Hicks is walking that off. And right foot is barking about right now.
Hicks trying to shake it off.
We get another look. Looked like a little cutter. Oh, jeez. Right off the shin, wasn't it?
Is that his back leg?
I thought it was the right foot. We'll take another look. Whoa, maybe it was the back leg.
We'll see if Mike Wright Jr. comes right back in on the hands of Aaron Hicks. He's ahead in the count 0-2.
They usually do.
Joseph setting up inside. Fastball leaks out over the plate, fouled off. Well, the Yankees had an early 3-0 lead after 3. Baltimore scored 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 6th. The Yankees trailing 5-4. Comes the 0-2. This is off the plate in.
And it's time for Mike Wright to steer in a little bit. It's A.J. Cole.
I'm sure Aaron Boone kind of going through his game plan with the doubleheader. I have Sabathia on the mound as Gibbons is getting loose in the Baltimore pen, and you start thinking, if we have a lead, who are we going to go to? If we're trailing, who are we going to go to? A lot of innings to cover here this afternoon and evening in Baltimore. 2-2 to Hicks, clips the outside corner for strike 3. 2 down here in the top of the 7th.
All the pitches inside certainly influencing his last pitch as Hicks takes one over the outside corner knee high for call, strike 3.
2 down will bring up Aaron Judge. He had a base hit and RBI in the 3rd. He struck out in the 5th. Aaron Judge going to his 2nd All-Star game. You wonder if he's going to enjoy it a little bit more this time around. Not going to be doing the home run derby. Going to take a step back and relax and enjoy it as he fouls off a fastball. .280, 25 home runs and 59 RBIs.
2nd in the league in home runs.
Two 2-1 to Judge. Good swing, fouls it straight back.
He has done well against Baltimore in his career. Just over 100 at bats, 13 home runs. All rise. Case closed.
Comes a 2-2. The fastball up in the zone, throws it right by Aaron Judge. So an impressive 1-2-3 inning from Mike Wright Jr. Yankees trail 5-4. Show on the Cadillac scoreboard. The Yankees trailing 5-4. And a new pitcher for the Yankees. It'll be A.J. Cole going through his warm-up tosses. His 9th game, 2-0, the 0.61 ERA.
Impressive with the 19 strikeouts and 14 2/3 innings. But also what's impressive to me is that early on with the Yankees, he didn't get the call out of the bullpen very often. But when they brought him in, I mean, he did the job.
Cole last pitched on the 4th of July against the Atlanta Braves. Inning in 2/3. He's going to face the heart of the lineup for Baltimore. Manny Machado, Mark Trumbo, and Jonathan Scope. Machado 1 for 3, had a double in the 4th inning against Sabathia. First pitch swinging, fouls it straight back.
And Cole has that nice, easy delivery, and then boom, you know, just he gathers himself right at the end and just fires away.
You look at Manny Machado's numbers and you think back to his season last year, really kind of labored the first half and then got it going in the second half, and it's just carried that into this season. As Cole quickly ahead in the count 0-2.
Cole had been a starting pitcher with the Nationals. Now working out a bullpen here with the Yankees.
Comes a 1-2. Breaking ball just kind of spins middle, fouled off. There's some pitches you throw as a pitcher, and as a catcher you try to receive it. You say, we better not throw that one again.
that was one.
That was one of them.
Yeah.
Little rolling slider, middle in. Machado just a little bit off. Well, he got away with the bad one, and he executed the good one. Strikeout of Manny Machado.
Comes up with a much better pitch. You can see the target low and away and right there. I think as a hitter, you're just trying to foul that off and hope the pitcher makes another mistake. Good pitch by Cole.
How about as a hitter, you walk back to the dugout saying, I had the one that I should have hammered, right? And I fouled it off. What do they say? Every big league at bat, you're usually going to get one pitch to hit. Machado had his, and he fouled it off. Cole throwing strikes. Trumbo hit his 12th home run of the year in the 4th inning against Sabathia, a 2-run shot. Spent some time on the disabled list, starting to get it going now. This one fouled off. Well, the quickest way to earn the trust of your manager and pitching coach, if you're a relief pitcher, come out of the pen throwing strikes.
You see, he had Manny 0-2 and trying to get him to change the slider in the dirt. Let's see if he works the same deal with Trumbo. Yep, there it is. See, to me, that's not close enough to get a hitter to even think about swinging. It's almost as if you're hoping he goes crazy and swings at it.
Trumbo likes to get extended. You can get in there if you want. Goes with another slider and another good one for Cole. Back-to-back strikeouts here in the bottom of the 7th.
Well, Manny caught looking. Trumbo caught waving. It looks good till about right there. Good execution by Cole on the mound to pick up the first 2 outs.
2 down to bring up Jonathan Scope, having a good afternoon. 2 for 3. Hit a line drive to Gregorius' first at bat. Double and a single, and scored a run. Another good slider from Cole.
You know, I was watching a Baltimore game a few weeks ago. The Yankee game actually was in between innings, and they had a graphic up that the Orioles had the lowest team batting average against breaking balls in the major leagues. They were like, as a team, they hit something like 165, 175 against breaking balls.
So if you execute your pitch, you'll be able to navigate through the lineup. You make some mistakes, there's some power in that lineup. Ball hit hard down the left field line. It's going to be a fair ball for Scope. And another base hit for him, an extra base hit, his 2nd double of the game.
Now he's been starting to come on. I mentioned that before the game. He's got a 7-game hitting streak. And here's a guy who's hit more home runs as a second baseman than anybody in Orioles history. And last year he had a really good year. Drove in 100 runs. This year not so good. He was an all-star last year. And this year, like me and you, Flash, he'll be watching the game. But he's starting to heat up here in the second half. And that maybe help get the Baltimore team going.
With 2 down will bring up Danny Valencia. Had that big 3-run home run against Sabathia in the bottom of the 6th. Give Baltimore the lead. And again, Cole ahead in the count. I'm going to Another solid year. Valencia has kind of bounced around. Good guy to have in your club. Does a nice job against left-handed pitching. Playing right field today for the O's.
I was talking to Jim Hunter, one of the Oriole broadcasters, and I think he said, as a team, the Orioles have, I think that was just their 4th 3-run homer as a team this year. Most of their home runs are solo shots because they have a low team on base percentage. And I was thinking, Gleyber Torres has 6 3-run homers by himself.
That's why he's going to the All-Star game.
Exactly.
Slider for strike 2. A 2-out double for Scope. A.J. Cole trying to strand him there. Keep this game right where it's at. 5-4 O's over the Yankees. Here comes the 1-2 to Valencia. Weak ground ball right back to Cole. He's going to be able to work his way out of the inning. So a nice job by the Yankee reliever coming in, throwing strikes. 5-4 O's.
T-Mobile's hats off for heroes. And Adam Warren is featured this afternoon. Both his grandfathers and an uncle served in the military. And he was a big part of the Yankees out of the bullpen yesterday. Did a great job in Toronto. 2 innings, 2 hits, no runs. In fact, the bullpen did not give up a run. 3 strikeouts as the Yankees won by a score of 2-1. And he's having a fine season out of the bullpen in 19 games, working to an earned run average of 1.93. New pitcher for Baltimore, Michael Givens. He'll face Didi Gregorius leading off for the Yankees here in the 8th. The Yankees are trailing by a run, 5-4. The Orioles have made some defensive changes. Joey Rickard has gone from left field to right field, and Jace Peterson is now playing left field. That means Danny Valencia is out of the game. Strike 2 to Didi, 0-2.
Givens leads the relievers for Baltimore in appearances, 38, strikeouts with 50. He's quickly ahead in the count, 0-2 on Gregorius.
Givens, a infielder in the minor leagues, converted to a pitcher. Got a good arm. Swing and a miss, and Didi is struck out, 1 down. Gibbons has had some big years out of the bullpen for the Orioles, not quite as successful this year.
You can see Didi Gregorius really expands out of the strike zone, chases. Quick out for Givens, and in the past, in this situation, you'd be thinking if you're a Yankee, we really got to get to Givens because you have Zach Britton in the bullpen for Baltimore, but his ERA over 5.
Stanton takes one outside for ball 1. Stanton's had a good day. He scored 2 of the Yankees' 4 runs. He had a home run, single. Inside, look out. 2 balls and no strikes. Givens went 8-1 last year out of the bullpen. The year before he was 8-2. This year 0-6. Stanton with a bouncing ball foul down the third base side.
Well, you can see how Givens is going to be tough on any hitter, but especially righties. He's got a little low 3/4 arm angle. He throws hard. He's got some movement in on the righties. Being uncomfortable at bat.
Stanton hits a little blooper to the right side, and let's see who's going to make the play. It's going to be Scope, and there are 2 down. So Stanton pops out. That will leave it to Clint Frazier to get something going here in the 8th. Frazier working on an 0 for 3 afternoon. Has struck out twice and grounded to third. This is fouled back. It becomes a souvenir just to our right. Swing and a miss, and it's strike 2. Givens way ahead on the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Deals. And he got it. A 1-2-3 8th. As Frazier, with his displeasure, breaks his bat over his knee, and that'll do it for the Yankees here in the 8th. The Orioles coming up in the bottom half of the inning with a 5-4 lead. Yes, and tomorrow the Yankees continue the series with the O's. Coverage begins at 6 with the Audi batting practice and the Chevy Yankees pregame. It's all right here on Yes and streaming live on Fox Sports Go. A.J. Cole in there for his 2nd inning of work. And he'll face Joey Rickard, now the right fielder of the Orioles. And Rickard fouls the first pitch off. And he's also working on a 1 for 3 afternoon with a stolen base. Had a single his last time up. On our Hyundai scoreboard, there it is. Baltimore leads 5-4. A 3-run outburst in the 6th inning put them in the lead. There's a ball, 1-1. As we look out towards the Orioles bullpen, it is busy. Left-hander Zach Britton, recently off the DL. Pitch is hit in the air to left field. Coming on is Frazier, and he's going to play this one on the hop. He bobbles it. Rickard takes a turn, but he's going to hold at first base. That's his second hit.
We saw Clint Frazier lay out for a ball earlier in this ball game. Now he decides to pull up. Just keep it in front. Keep Rickard to a base hit. Not the possibility of extra bases.
So Rickard with his speed is at first base. He picked up his steal the last time he got on. Here's Trey Mancini. Grounded out, walked, and fouled out. Strike one call from A.J. Cole. Rickard back safely with the dive. First base coach Wayne Kirby with the stopwatch. And what he is timing is out of the hand to the glove. What's the speed? From the pitcher to the catcher. Rickard's not going. The pitch is hit on the ground to second. This could be 2. Wade to Gregorius for 1. On the first, and there's your double play. 4-6-3 on the double play. So now there's 2 outs and nobody on.
Well, it looked like it was going to be a routine, but the flip by Wade off mark a little bit, and Gregorius, so athletic, is able to make up for it. You expect a flip a little bit higher and right in the chest, but Gregorius able to spin and turn and fire on the money.
The number 9 hitter Caleb Joseph will come to the plate. He's doubled, grounded out, walk, working on a 1-for-2. As Cole delivers, and it's a strike. If you're wondering who the Yankees have coming up in the 9th, it'll be Walker, Drury, and Higashioka. A ball and a strike now on Joseph. I do see Miguel Andujar loosening up in the Yankee dugout. Ball is going to be back into the seats, and that will move the count to 1-2. Brett Gardner's also available. Hitting hero from yesterday. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Higashioka throws the Walker to complete the put out, and that will do it. So we head to the 9th inning. The Yankees will be facing Zach Britton. The WB Mason postgame as Bob, Jack, and Meredith bring you highlights, analysis, and reaction from tonight's game. Plus a look ahead at the second game of this doubleheader here at Camden Yards. It's right here on Yes. Well, Andujar was loosening up for a reason. He's going to hit for Neil Walker against Zach Britton. Numbers on Britton, well, maybe not as good as they have been in the past, that's for sure. Britton suffered a torn Achilles working out during the winter and only recently returned from the disabled. His pitch to Andujar is outside for ball one.
Well, you remember Britton, when he's on top of his game, has so much movement on his fastball. It's a lot of ground balls, and I'm sure a lot of the scouts here are probably interested to see how he looks this afternoon.
Pitch is hit on the ground towards the middle, and it looks as though Machado got a piece of it, but not enough. It's a leadoff single for Andujar.
A nice piece of hitting by Andujar, a nice bid by Machado, trying to lay out and see if he could knock this down. And that's what Britton does when he's on top of his game. Gets a lot of ground balls, and a good bid by Machado. Just off the glove.
Yeah, Britton could become a free agent at the end of the year, and he's a trade piece here in Baltimore. A lot of clubs would be interested in him if he's on his game, and proves that he is over that Achilles injury. Now, it was his right Achilles heel that he tore, so it's not his push-off leg on the mound. Here's Drury. Yankees are down by a run, and Andujar off with a leadoff single. And that pitch is in there for a strike. A couple of years ago, Britton might have had one of the best years a closer has ever had. Worked to an ERA of 0.54, 47 saves without blowing one. Hard sinker. Swing, but the ball gets away from Caleb Joseph, and Andujar will move down to second base. We'll see how they score that. Wild pitch or a pass ball.
That's a huge mistake right there, Kenny. You mentioned the sinker and how hard it is. As a catcher, you can't try to block that. You have to try to backhand it and pick it. Joseph not able to come up with it, and a runner in scoring position because of it.
A wild pitch. So Andujar now in scoring position. Fouled at the plate by Drury. Just got a piece of it.
Great look here at some of the movement. Britton actually kind of yanked that down and in, and Drury fouled it off.
Looked like a cutter more than anything else. Count remains, no balls at 2 strikes. Bouncing ball over the mound. Gonna be a tough play for Scope. Strong arm, and he gets him. But on the play, Andujar moves over to third.
A really good play all the way around. A great job by Drury, just trying to put this ball in play. Fight it off up the middle the other way, and a great play by Scope coming all the way across. The strong throwing arm. They give Drury credit for advancing Andujar to third base with 1 out now.
Now the Orioles are going to bring the infield in, trying to keep Andujar at third. The thing about Britton, when he's on, it's tough to hit the ball in the air.
Yeah.
2 years ago, when he was having that big year, he gave up only 1 home run, and that was to Mookie Betts.
Higashioka here in a situational hitting type at bat. Have to get the ball up in the air, middle of the field, elevate the sinker.
Ball in the dirt. Not far enough away for Andujar, who moves back towards third. And that's a danger with that hard sinker of Britton.
You know what, Kenny, it almost looks like a breaking ball with all the movement, but it's 97 miles an hour. And you're right, tough play for a catcher behind the plate. Pressure on Caleb Joseph to keep everything in front. Pressure on Higashioka, try to put this ball in play in the air.
The Yankees are trying to tie the score here in the top half of the ninth inning. They're down by 1. And the "Let's Go Yankees" chant begins to fly here at Camden Yards. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and missed, and it's a ball and a strike. Higashioka has a double. He's also walked, and he's also struck out. On deck, the veteran Brett Gardner. He would hit for Wade. In the dirt, another good stop by Caleb Joseph.
What a play. And that's 96 miles an hour with nasty movement down and away. And you watch Joseph setting up in. Is able to get his glove underneath and around the sinking fastball away. That's a great play.
You see Andujar, on the ready to come home.
I'm wondering what Phil Nevin, the third base coach, is telling Andujar in this situation, right? You got to be expecting ground ball with Britton with all of those sinkers. Infield is in. Do you try to be aggressive and score on a ground ball?
You got to get a good walking lead at third. Outside, ball 3, 3-1. If you're Higashioka here, you got to make him bring the ball up.
Yeah, you got to be disciplined. You're right.
Pitch is hit hard, and it almost picked off third base coach Phil Nevin.
That was the one right there for Higashioka. It was up. He got a good pitch to hit. It's a little too quick. Came around it a little bit. Pulled it foul.
Look out, Phil. Now the count is full. The tying run 90 feet away. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. And it looked like it was out of the strike zone.
Yeah, you're walking back to the dugout if you're Higashioka. You know you had a 3-1 pitch to do some damage with. The 3-2, the nasty sinker down. Mid-90s to upper 90s.
Like we said, you got to make him bring the ball up. So now the infield can drop back with 2 outs. They're talking over Brett Gardner here. Gardner pinch hitting for Wade. The man who came up with the big hit yesterday in extra innings to give the Yankees the lead.
All around good series in Toronto for Brett Gardner. You see the numbers against Britton.
Infield drops back with 2 outs. Gardner squares the bunt, takes a pitch low for a ball.
Get you thinking a little bit if you're the infielders for Baltimore, especially Beckham at third, who's playing way back.
Gardner's only had 1 at bat as a pinch hitter this year. He's 0 for 1, but he drove in a run. Tom Payne almost came up and called the strike, but it's ball 2.
The strike zone has been a topic of conversation the whole ball game. It looked like a pretty good pitch from Britton.
Two balls and no strikes. Gardner hits a chopper to the right side. Mancini has it, steps on the bag, and the ball game is over. Baltimore has won the first game of this doubleheader as Britton comes in and slams the door. Baltimore wins this one by a score of 5-4. We'll be back with more in just a moment.